Z updated the game once more, and besides adding in some relatively small updates, most of which are quality of life, he also added in a shadow update to bring Gojo's Black Flash into the game. I'll cover everything in this video, so let's go. Gojo's Black Flash was added to the game. This is not in the official update logs. Ragdoll Wake Up now ignores stun from M1s, instead of just giving the person waking up immunity to melee attacks. The default shift lock was replaced by Z's own version. This was most likely done to fix a bug of shift lock that a lot of people complained about. Rotating and moving multiple parts no longer bugs everything out and turns everything upside down. The color picker for mobile users was fixed. The animation for picking up throwables was polished. Nue can be used without a target. A bug where you could scale walls with the broom emote was oh wait, no it wasn't. Okay, that's fun. Yuji and Megumi's Awakening no longer give the user full health when they end. The description for revealing one's hand was fixed to say that it buffs your health and not your damage. True Love got a hard nerf, and using moves in Awakening will consume 5% of your Awakening meter, stacked on top of the already existing buffs and debuffs. You can now return to the main game while in the ranked lobby with a button. Finally, one new emote is in the game. Not really too much to say except for a big one that is Gojo's Black Flash. Let's get the small stuff out of the way, and then move on to talking about the Black Flash. Making Nue able to be used without a target is good, because you can use it for breaking down walls, which is just cool. Changing the way Ragdoll Wake Up works, from what I can gather, will mean that if you're at 1 HP and some guy hits you with their forward dash and wake up, you'll end up dying. Before, if you were in that same spot, you would have just not taken the hits. Basically, he removed immunity on wake up in favor of hyper armor, and I think it's personally a good call just because that's how all the other games do it. Either way, it probably won't change all that much. Yuji and Megumi's Awakenings not full healing when they end is a well-deserved nerf to Yuji. I can say that, for sure. But as for Megumi, his Awakening isn't finished, so I can't really say anything. Finally, the nerf to True Love actually does kind of gut it. I ranked it as the best in my previous list, just because it had zero downside to it, since your opponent would die by the end of the Awakening. This update makes it so that your Awakening runs out quicker, meaning that there is an actual chance that you face that downside and lose a stock as a result of the Binding Vow. The reason I ranked it number 1 before was because getting an Awakening early was a huge benefit, but a downside was almost guaranteed to never happen. However, since you lose out on Awakening time because of the Binding Vow, it practically negates that entire advantage and amplifies the disadvantage. So honestly, this Binding Vow really isn't that great now that things have changed. However, this doesn't really matter because this is a casual mode change at the end of the day. Okay, now for Gojo's Black Flash, this thing is interesting. By using Reversal Red Maximum and then pressing R during the windup, you'll shoot out the laser beam, but also shoot out a projectile that follows your camera and will track its way back to you. If anyone's hit by the projectile on the way back, they'll get launched to the user and then hit by a Black Flash, dealing pretty decent damage. You can hit someone with the first laser for high damage, and then hit them with a returning red projectile for even more damage too. You're not required to miss. Honestly, this is just a really useful variant. If you're confident that you won't miss your reversal red, or simply want to go for the Black Flash for the cool factor, it's a great move. It basically puts the user at way more risk for a chance at more reward, which is cool. Landing the move can be a little hard, but in a nutshell, you just want to shoot the projectile and make sure your camera is facing whoever you want to target. It's a good move all in all, but if you don't get a hit with the returning projectile, it'll just hit you and deal damage while also flinging you very far. So you do have to be a little bit careful. It really just embodies risk and reward, and it's cool. Overall, this is a really tiny update that just adds in something cool for Gojo users to do. The move's concept is creative, and the visuals are nice too. Really nothing to say though, since this update doesn't really make any changes that are complex, and a lot of them can just be summarized as either being good, more content, or a balancing fix that's not really going to change all that much. Anyways, if you found this video entertaining, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and to help support me in my YouTube journey. I'm Noob Eternally, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.